Hey, remember that dusty old white box that's probably sitting at the bottom of your closet? Yeah, you know, the Nintendo Wii. The Wii promised to revolutionize the video game industry with its motion-based controls, which failed for the most part, but instead made Nintendo a lot of money. While motion controls kinda suck, the Wii had some pretty good games. Here's my top 10 list for the best of the best on the Wii. Number 10. Mad World.
We gotta get it up. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Nintendo's consoles are often criticized for being consoles for kids, but the people who say that haven't seen this bad boy. Welcome to Death Watch, the murder-based game show that has just taken over Jefferson Island. In Mad World, you'll encounter and kill vicious bosses and gruesome enemies while hearing the hilarious comments of the announcers of the show. Grab your chainsaw and get it cutting. This show isn't gonna win itself. Number 9. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Just when you thought Mario left its 2D roots in the dust, New Super Mario Bros. Comes out. This game brings back all the things you love from the 2D versions, but now with new power-ups and of course multiplayer co-op. Playing with 2 people can be really fun, but 3 to 4 characters gets way too chaotic. Mario Bros. Wii is great fun and an excellent platformer. Number 8. Okami. Perhaps the first thing you notice about Okami is its beautiful graphics, which may look like a Japanese painting brought to life. But Okami has more things going for it than the shiny coat, pun intended. Here you play the goddess Amaterasu, who has been woken from the sleep to take down the evil Orochi. The gameplay of Okami shares many familiarities with Zelda, such as featuring an overworld and dungeons that contain a new skill to defeat the boss at the end. But the thing that really separates Okami is the ability to use a celestial paintbrush to do things like slash enemies, create bombs, or slow time. Overall, the main quest takes about 60 plus hours to complete, giving you more than your money's worth.
Six years have passed since that horrendous incident. It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the president's daughter that she was abducted.
Number 7. Resident Evil 4 Wii version. This is the game that revolutionized the third-person shooter genre with its over-the-shoulder camera. Resident Evil 4 made quite an impression when it first came on the GameCube. In addition to the ports of the PS2 and PC, a Wii version of the game emerged combining the main storyline as well as a separate ways mission from the PS2, bundled all together with the Wii's motion controls. Resident Evil 4 was good when it first came out, but still plays great here.
Resident Evil 4.
Number 6. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In 1999, on the Nintendo 64, the original Super Smash Bros. Released, enabling you to play a fighting game with some of the most well-known Nintendo characters. 2 games later, Brawl released with better graphics, maps, improved items, and of course the Smash Brawl, which allows you to perform a powerful attack to decimate your opponents. The Super Smash Bros. Gameplay is unlike any other fighting game, and definitely are a popular favorite to play with your friends. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. Probably the last good game that released on the Wii console. It had a lot to live up to. Skyward Sword is the first and last game to actually take advantage of Wii's Motion Plus, which really works great. Link's sword is one-to-one where your arm actually is, allowing you to use precision while attacking. A new aspect of the game is that there really isn't an open world environment like Hyrule Field, but instead you fly around the sky and basically directly into a dungeon. I personally preferred the overworld better, but Skyward Sword dungeons are very creative and make up for it. Overall, Skyward Sword is the perfect title to dust off your Wii for. Number 4. The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Darkness has descended over Hyrule, and Twilight has engulfed the land. And no, it does not mean Hyrule has a bunch of gay vampires. With the addition of Twilight, Link can now turn into Wolf Link, which brings new abilities and experiences. Twilight Princess does a lot of things right. While the levels are subpar in the early dungeons, but later in the game, the dungeons become much more interesting and fun. One huge thing Twilight Princess does better than Skyward Sword is your companion. Midna is so much better than Fi in every way. She is more likable and more interesting than the stupid robotic Fi. Twilight Princess is one of the series' best, and a title you cannot miss out on. Number 3. Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy is the first 3D platformer to hit the Wii, and boy is it a treat. This time Mario is in space! which adds new elements such as different gravities and different worlds to explore. All 3D Mario games are great, but Galaxy is just out of this world. Sorry, I had to say it. Number 2. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. The Metroid Prime series is highly regarded due to its engrossing atmosphere and solid mechanics. The third entry of the series takes place of Samus, obviously, who is now corrupted of the dark matter Phazon, which ultimately gives her new powers and abilities. The Prime series has always had cool bosses, but in the third game you now face other bounty hunters who also have been corrupted and controlled against their will. Spoilers. And actually, the Wii controls are pretty much perfect. Too bad the last 2 games of the series couldn't have these cool Wii controls. Oh yeah. Anyways, Metroid Prime 3 was the perfect way to end the series. But please Nintendo, make a Metroid Prime 4! And finally, the moment you have all been waiting for. Number 1. Wii Cheer. I have to say, this game is so bad. Just kidding. The real number 1 spot goes to Super Mario Galaxy 2. Haha! Scared you for a second, didn't I? But yeah. Super Mario Galaxy 2 took what was great from the first game, like cool level designs, and replaced the slightly annoying overworld with a linear pathway reminiscent of the 2D Mario games. Other new things include Dark Marios, some new power-ups, and of course, Yoshi! Yoshi! If you complete everything, you can probably get about 30 hours of playtime, which is excellent for most games these days. While the Wii may not really have that many good third-party games, there are some pretty good games that are a good incentive to dust off your old white box once in a while.